Hey, good afternoon, YouTube. So I want to use this light switch out on my garden shed to turn the outside floodlight on and off. And what I plan on doing is putting this up under the lip of the roof where it hangs over the edge. This way it'll be out of the rain, but I need some way to hold it up there. So I was looking around on Thingiverse and I found this switch holder model. And this was uploaded by a fellow named DeGagne. He doesn't say what size switch it is, but it looked kind of like what I wanted. He has it set up to screw in place. I think I'm just going to glue it in. So I'm going to glue this in place and then just pop the switch in here. I haven't removed the supports inside because this holder is a little too small. It's the right width. You can see the switch would fit in the opening there, but it's too long to fit in the width of that. So what I did was measured that, and I come out with about 19.5 millimeters. And this switch, the overall is about 30, what do we got? About 31. You have to hold the spring clips out of the way. So 29.5 is what I need, and I've got about 19.5. So instead of remodeling this part, I'm just going to go into Cura and change the scale in this axis. That way the hole here will go from 19.5 up to 29.5, and that's about 45%, 50% maybe, or 150%. Okay, YouTube, that was the original part. I printed at 100% scale. And that's the switch I was trying to put in there, which is bigger. So I just scaled up this part. I made it 10% taller here, just to account for the little ribs on the side of the switch there. So I had to make it about 1.5 millimeter wider opening. And then I did 150% on the length, and look at that. Perfect. Switch is kind of too big for this, but I think I'm just going to cut the back side of this box out, or at least the middle part, so I can get to the wires. And I'm going to cut these mounting tabs off because I think I just want to glue it in place. Because the screws would just go into plastic, so I figure it's actually better to glue the plastic box to the plastic shed roof. Yes, I got the part all cleaned up here so it fits. I just put the little switch box in my mill and milled out the back to clear the wire terminals there. And that also let the switch sit all the way down. It was hitting the back of the box there. You can see that barrier thing was a little too high. But I think that's going to work out fine. I'll put it up probably in that orientation under the shed roof. Well, yeah, kind of like this. So this will be the wall or the outside lip of the roof of the shed. So I'll run the wires up and then I can come into the back here. So yeah, that cleaned up really nice. I just deburred the edges there a little bit, cleaned out the inside, and perfect little part there. So what I'm going to do is keep the original here, and if I ever need to print a switch box for a different switch or even another one of these, I've got the original dimensions, and then I can just scale it as needed. But yeah, that's going to work for me right there. You know, again, I could have imported the STL file and done some editing and all of that. In fact, I tried to do that. It was getting to be a real mess. You know, I was just trying to get rid of this back plate and get rid of the ears, and you can do it, but it's so hard to not get an extra triangle included, and then you have to clear your selection set and click, 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 click. You know, try to click on all the individual triangles. Where here, just machine out what you don't want, and I think that looks really nice. Looks like it was designed that way. Yeah, that's a really handy tip if you're using kind of pre-packaged STL files and you don't have access to the original source code to edit. You can just scale. In this case, I scaled 50% longer, and then I scaled 10% higher, and then left the depth the same because I was going to cut the back out anyway. Yeah, I just did some non-uniform scaling. In fact, that one had 3 different scaling factors for X, Y, and Z, and it printed out just fine. Yeah, I'll put some 3D printing videos over here on the side you might be interested in. And any comments or questions, post up in the comment section down below the video description there. And as always, thanks for watching.